Welcome everybody. My name is Shorupan. I am the CEO and co-founder of Invest, parent company behind Global Exchange and Invest Bank. And in this video, I am going to address one of the most popular questions I receive on a daily basis from my customers, from investors, from partners, and just from people all over the world, which is, what is Bitcoin? Can you explain to me what it is, where it came from, and what purpose it serves in this global economy? And so I'm gonna break this up into 4 videos. The first video, I'm gonna give you context as to why Bitcoin. Before we talk about what is Bitcoin, we have to understand why was there a necessity for Bitcoin. And then the second video is going to be on a little bit more of the computer science element that created the infrastructure for Bitcoin to exist, and that's a popular buzzword now called the blockchain, and we're going to break down why that was an important part in fulfilling the mission behind Bitcoin. In the second video, we're going to talk about the financial aspect of Bitcoin, the actual economics that govern it, which is a huge point of interest for a lot of people. And in video number 4, we're going to break down the socio-economic impact that Bitcoin presents, the implications on politics, and exactly what this means for our world moving forward. So let's take it directly to the top, or all the way back to before there was a Bitcoin. So this is pre-2008. One of the things that's really interesting about Bitcoin is none of the technology used in Bitcoin is new. It's a conglomeration of technologies that computer scientists have known about for decades. And what was really interesting was the impetus for Satoshi Nakamoto, the founder, the anonymous founder of Bitcoin, to create Bitcoin. Now, many people have speculated on his identity. Many people have speculated on the creation story of Bitcoin. Now, I'm not here to address any of those theories. What I'm here to address is the timing, 2008. This takes us back to the crux of the global financial crisis, whereby the world overwhelmingly lost faith in a lot of centralized financial institutions. We're sitting here in Bay Street, which is the equivalent of Wall Street in Canada. All of the large financial institutions that govern this country are right behind me. And what happened in 2008 is there was an overwhelming fear. There was an overwhelming sense of failure that the masses felt towards these institutions. And Satoshi Nakamoto was not just a brilliant person because of the way that he created Bitcoin, but he was brilliant because of the way he deployed Bitcoin at the time that he did. Any other time Bitcoin was released apart from 2008, and it would have been a forgotten about science project. But this was the time the world was looking for an alternative, a system of a monetary system that could give them options, and they don't have to buy into the monolithic one that they were born with. It was just a time where people were open to looking for something different because of what just happened in the global economy. And so really, after almost a century of central banking being the major driver of monetary policy, we had for the first time an opportunity to use the advancements in computer science and cryptography, use the sentiment of the masses, which was one of desperation for change, and the global connectivity infrastructure, which was the internet, and combine that to create the world's first, not the world's first, but the world's first mainstream digital peer-to-peer currency. And so why Bitcoin was important? Because the time had come where we can leverage information technology to solve a problem that had existed for centuries, but definitely got profoundly troublesome in the last century, which was, how can we take control of the most valuable transactional commodity in the world, which is money? And how can we empower people using monetary policy as opposed to outsourcing it to several individuals in capital cities where they have no real connection to the people that are being affected by their decisions. It was such a profound innovation, and it came at such an opportune time. And so that kind of gives you a context of where we were in 2008 when Bitcoin came on the scene. And if you want to learn more about that, I've released a book called The Decade of Decentralization, a complete history of Bitcoin from 2008 to 2018, which goes in detail about a pre-2008 world that led to why Bitcoin came about. So in the next video, we'll tackle some of the computer science concepts that govern Bitcoin and why that's such a fascinating part of this entire cryptocurrency revolution. Thank you so much.